It's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. But does Facebook and Apple? Hey everybody, what's going on? Today we are going to be talking about The Mitchells versus the Machines, which you can find on Netflix. This movie is produced by Lord and Miller, the producers behind Into the Spider-Verse. They were involved with the Lego movie. So they've done a lot of animation and all that. So what this movie is about is family. And no, this is not Fast and Furious, even though there is lots of ridiculous stunts that you couldn't do in real life, and this one as well. But what this is about a family that is not as close as they should be. The father's like a fixer-upper kind of guy. The daughter's like a big movie buff and into making movies. They're just all they're not together, even though the parents are close and the brother and sister are close. The family is just not together. And as the girl grows up, the daughter, she ends up wanting to go far, far away for school to learn how to make movies and such. So when she's about ready to get away, she has a big argument with her father. And the father decides the best way to remedy this is to sell her a plane ticket, and the family's going to go on a cross-country road trip to take her to college. While this is going on, a company has developed a new software and new hardware that is going to revolutionize the world. But the obsolete hardware is not too happy about it, and it decides to take over the world. When everyone in the world is captured except for the Mitchell family, the Mitchell family has to find a way to put a stop to the robot apocalypse. I know this sounds ridiculous, but yes, it is. It's a ridiculous movie. But that being said, it's a very good, ridiculous movie, a very entertaining one, a very funny one. Lots of funny stuff. A big heart. So I'm just going to go outright and say it. I recommend this one. The animation, while it's not like the comic book style, like say Into the Spider-Verse, is definitely a quirky style. It's definitely a quirky style for like an app age and for an emoji age. And don't worry, this is not the emoji movie. When I was describing this movie to a friend of mine, they were like, "Oh, it's the emoji." It's like, no, this is like if the emoji movie was actually good. And no, it's way better than the emoji movie. It's just what I'm saying is when people are messing with their phones and things like that, the movie is showing this stuff in real life as well, even though the characters can't really see it. It's like the way that in Spider-Verse, whenever there was an expression of thought or something like that, you would see it, or an expression of sound or whatever. It's just that it would show, is kind of what this movie does, and it's just kind of adds to the kind of crazy feel of the movie and what it's really attaching itself to, showing this technology and everything else and how it's affecting people. So yeah, the movie has a lot of heart, and you have this family that they're like, well, we can hide out here and do nothing and survive until we die, basically, or they find out that they actually might be able to stop this apocalypse. Now, the daughter, she kind of fakes that she wants her dad's help just so he'll go along with this plan. And of course that comes back to bite her in the butt. And you have family tension, but the family in the end, of course, comes together and is able to stop said apocalypse. And I know I'm spoiling the movie there, but I mean, it's just that type of movie. You know how it's going to end. You know what adventure they're going to be on. You know what's going to come back and bite characters in the butt. You know what the characters are going to have to do to solve the problems. You know what's going to happen. I don't need... You know this going in. That being said, it's a very well done version of that kind of story, and I do recommend it. You have a lot of fun voice work. Danny McBride, who plays the father, he's honestly very reserved for Danny McBride. Maya Rudolph plays the mom. She's great, especially when she becomes Mama Bear to protect her children. And this movie, I do love that it takes a shot at current tech companies, because the guy that created the programs and the tech that ends up taking over the world is his name is Mark Bowman. And this movie is, though he doesn't look like him or anything, it's definitely taking a shot at Mark Zuckerberg, because he does make a comment about stealing people's stuff, stealing people's, whatever, their information and all that, like Facebook does. And then, of course, the smartphone. I mean, yeah, you could say it's Samsung or something like that, but the way that the Mark Bowman character introduces this new technology, it feels a lot like when Apple, when Steve Jobs would come out and do like the big announcements and everything. So it definitely just feels like Apple, and it just Olivia Colman as the program and is called PAL, and she's hilarious in this too. So I love that it takes kind of shots at both of them. So there's a little bit jabs here and there. The mom is jealous of the neighbors, and the neighbors are played by Chrissy Teigen and John Legend, and of course they end up being jealous of her in the end. There's just a lot of fun voice work in this, and it's hard to name everybody, but I like what everyone brought to the table. There's not really much more to say about this one. It's a fun movie. It's got a story you've seen before, done many different ways, but it's a good version of that story. It's a family that needs to come together to become closer, to not only save their family, but, well, to save the world against the robot apocalypse. The movie is definitely drawing heavy from meme culture, and drawing from just this tech culture that we're in now. Again, it makes fun of Facebook and Apple, and makes fun of meme culture, and uses meme culture to move the story along. There's something involving the family dog that becomes a pivotal thing in this movie, and it's hilarious. But yeah, I just really enjoyed this one. It's on Netflix, so if you have Netflix, you really have no excuse to watch it. I can't wait to show it to my kids. I think they're going to really dig it. I think they're going to get a lot of laughs out of this one. And it's a fun movie that is easy for me to recommend. That's going to be all for this edition of Talkin Movies. If you like what you've heard here, please subscribe to the Real Gino YouTube channel. Like this video. If you have anything to say about the Mitchells versus the Machines, please feel free to leave a comment in the section below. Till next time, I'm your host, the Real Gino, Gino Reynolds. See you later.